This video may contain spoilers from episodes 1 to 6, so if you haven't watched them yet, I advise you to do so. I won't be summarizing all 6 episodes, just clearing a few things up and adding some trivia you might not know. I also don't know what's coming next. I have only read manga chapters the anime has adapted so far. With episode 6, Kasamatsu Arc ended and Oguri is going to get transferred to Trasen Academy, to that elite academy where all good MUSUME are trained. And that's the summary of the episode. Nothing more, nothing less. Alright, so to talk a little bit about manga, which is anime based on, episode 6 adapted the story up through manga chapter 16, which is the end of volume 2. And the manga itself is still running strong. Volume 19 dropped in April this year, and series already has 188 chapters, so there is no danger of running out of source material anytime soon. The anime itself will be 2-core with 24 episodes. And before we move on, just look at those covers, like, they go so hard. Now let's talk a little about our aura farmers, Symboli Rudolph, referred to as Emperor, and Maruzeński accompanying her. Symboli Rudolph was the first undefeated Triple Crown in Japan, with 7 G1 wins. What is a Triple Crown, you may ask? It is a set of 3 big Grade 1 races, containing Satsukisho, Japanese Derby and Kikukasho. In more than 80 years, only 8 horses have done it, and only 3 managed to get fit without losing a race along the way. On a side note, one of the horses that also won Triple Crown was Mr. CB. Rudolph's dominance was so overwhelming that her win odds often hovered around 1.0, meaning that bettors basically got their stake back and nothing more. As the fans said, in the horse racing, nothing is absolute, except that horse. But enough talk about Symboli Rudolph. Let's look into Maruzeński, which doesn't seem like a notable MUSUME at first. She also had a nickname. That nickname being Supercar. Maruzeński was a super dominant horse, also being undefeated. Maruzeński won 8 out of 8 races it took part in, being so fast and dominant that races lost excitement to watch. Those 8 races were won with combined lead of 61 horse lengths. Converting it to human units would give around 128 meters. That is a really dominant performance. Let's now talk a little about the drama that happened. Japan's national level racing is run by the GRA, Japan Racing Association, while the local and regional circuits fall under NAR, National Association of Racing. The Tokai Derby is an NAR regional classic for 3-year-olds held at Nagoya Racecourse, meaning it can only be entered once in horse's career. In Oguri's situation, staying to run the Tokai Derby would have locked her into the regional circuit for the remainder of the year, shaving precious months of a career that usually lasts only about 3 seasons. To make it easier to understand, let's interpret it as a school years. Choosing to run in Tokai Derby means you will have to finish that school year still in regionals. That loses time in your career, and time for an MUSUME is extremely important. Not only there are races destined only for certain ages in horse racing, the careers those horses have are really short. Average is around 3 years. As MUSUME follows history accurately, that is also the length of their careers. There also was Kitahara-jo dilemma of leaving Oguri as she progresses. Many asked why Jo won't get his national license to train her. It's a fair question, but getting national license is a long process, with a low pass rate. For example, getting regional license takes 2 years already, which is more than half of the length of MUSUME careers. To get a GRA trainer license is pretty hard. First you have to log years as an assistant, then survive a brutal 2-stage exam. In December 2024, only 9 out of 133 applicants earned new license, a pass rate under 7%. Even if Joe decided to go for his license, there is no way of telling if he can make it in time. Let's move to our Kasamatsu Arc main antagonist, Fujimasa March. In real life, she is called March Tosho. I won't focus much on her career, but I will share a little fun facts coming from manga. Many wanted to see how Fujimasa March is doing in winning lives. Well, here it is. As you can see, she is pretty shy about them. And that's because she focuses on racing so much she isn't very good at dancing. She also feels embarrassed because of how revealing her stage outfit is. Another thing, her conversational skills are really low. So low that when in her dorm, she stares at her roommate wondering when is the right time to start a conversation. The roommate is quite stressed about it. And the last thing, she dislikes wearing socks as she finds them itchy, and is usually barefoot when indoors. Remember that scene when Oguri was looking back at her trainer, leaving him behind as she was going to win? As everything in MUSUME, it was a reference to real history in the last Oguri Cup regional race. Itsuki, just before winning the race, turned around and looked back. There is much more to talk about certain characters, but I do not want to make this video too long. If you want anything more though, just let me know. So, we'll finish this with newest arc poster and few characters. I will only say names and who voices them, but if you want to be surprised, skip this part of the video. Let's begin. Of course, at the top we have Tamamo Cross, voiced by Naomi Ozora, which also voices Kanon, Uzaki, and more. Next we have Sakura Chiyono O, voiced by Ruriko Noguchi. She also voices Ichika Hoshino, Dubra, and more. Moving to the left side, we have Mejiro Ardan, voiced by Saya Aizawa. She also voices Ayana, Sherry, and more. On the other side of Oguri, we have Dicta Striker, voiced by Yumiri Hanamori. She also voices Hayasaka, Shizu, and more. Slightly below her, we have Yaena Muteki, voiced by Ayumi Hinohara. She also voiced Miracle and few others. The last, we have Super Krieg, voiced by Kana Yuki. She also voiced Noel, Yuki Kaze, and more. By the way, did you know Gaoshun from Apothecary Diaries and Kitahara share VAs?